Good morning. Happy Sunday. Thank you all for being here today, whether in person or on Zoom. My name is Tess, Lotta. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm honored to co-lead this service with David Early. Today we share this space for the exploration of our inherent goodness. Together we put forth the aspiration to understand this as the compass that guides everyday acts of faith. We gather for our collective objective, inspired by the words of Unitarian Universalist minister Reverend Esther Holbert. It is not always easy to find love at the center. There is not a set of easy instructions numbered 1 through 7 or maybe 8. It is not always easy to find love at the center. Today, in Covenant, we celebrate our living tradition, which invites us to take deep breaths of fresh air into the newness of every day, so our minds, hearts, and spirits will be continually nourished. It's not always easy to find love at the center. So for today, we gather in Covenant to celebrate the reality that love is at the core of our beings, and that love will guide us if we open ourselves to the challenges which love requires of us. May we accept this challenge with dignity and grace. Blessings be.
Please rise in body or in spirit for the lighting of our chalice. The words are In Faith by Sunshine Jeremiah Wolf. This is a congregation that gathers in faith, not faith in one religion or one God or any one way. We gather in faith of the power of diversity, the power of love, and the hope of a world transformed by our care. We gather in faith in ourselves and those around us, not a faith that requires perfection or rightness in one another, rather a faith that in our shared imperfection, we may learn to stumble and fall together. Faith that we will help one another to rise and try again and again. We are Unitarian Universalists. We will now recite our covenant in English and in Spanish. Love is the doctrine of this church. Rest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, thus do we covenant. La doctrina de esta iglesia es el amor. La búsqueda de la verdad es su sacramento y el servicio es su oración. Vivir juntos sin paz, buscar el conocimiento en libertad, servir a la humanidad en comunión. Este es nuestro pacto. Please remain standing for our opening hymn, number 194 in the gray hymnal. Faith is a forest.
We've done this before, but it's a little unfamiliar, so I'm just going to play through it once. Faith is a forest in which doubts play and hide. Insight can hear the still small voice deep inside. Web of life, may this thread I weave strength and commitment to all I believe. Vision be my guide as I seek my way. Lead me into this tender day. Speak through me in all I do and say. Seeds of both meek and strong are scattered in air. Dignity shines undimmed by bigotry's glare. Web of life may this thread I weave. Help me bear witness to all I believe. Justice be my guide as I seek my way. Lead me into this tender day. Speak through me in all I do and say. Fortune and famine ride the swift winds of chance. Sorrow and pleasure seem united in dance. Web of life may this thread I weave. Mingle compassion with all I believe. Mercy be my guide as I seek my way. Lead me into this tender day. Speak through me in all I do and say. You may be seated. Good morning. I am David Early. My pronouns are he, him, and it is my genuine honor to be your worship associate for today's service of Emerson Unitarian Universalist Church, named for the great American transcendentalist writer and Unitarian minister Ralph Waldo Emerson. Please make sure your cell phones are silenced, and we appreciate you keeping your mask on during the service. We are an active, inclusive, liberal religious community that has been part of the West Valley for 70 years. Welcome to our sanctuary of intellectual freedom and enlightenment, spiritual fellowship, and commitment to social, economic, and environmental justice. We acknowledge that our church is on land forcibly taken from those who have called it home for thousands of years. Inhabitants of the villages of Tutunga and Atausanga that held the cultures and languages for the Gabrielino, Tongva, Tataviam, and Chumash peoples. The Tongva tribe called it Tovangar. This land remains part of their enduring identity and heritage. We recognize that these tribes are fortunately still here, and we are committed to honoring their land, stories, culture, and community. Our existence as a spiritual community is validated by recognizing the depth of the loss of their land in generations past and the enduring hopes for the continued vitality of these lands and cultures in years to come. We continue our series of Sunday services featuring sermons written by the participants of the shared pulpit class facilitated by Todd Covert and our former minister, Reverend Matthew McHale. Designed as a writing class using the text The Shared Pulpit, a sermon seminar for a lay people by UU worship consultant Erica Hewitt, our Emerson participants invested 7 months in study, written assignments, and in-person class time, building trust and camaraderie through peer critique and revisions. Today, we welcome Emerson member and class participant Tess Lotta to our shared pulpit. We gratefully welcome all who are joining us either in person or online for the first or second time. If you're joining us in worship for the first time, we invite you to fill out your information in the online guest book document in the chat or the guest book in the foyer for those of you here in the sanctuary, so you may be informed about future services and other opportunities for gathering with the Emerson community during the week and after services. We also have a website that is regularly updated with church information. If you would like to have a joy or sorrow read aloud later in the service during our embracing meditation,
Those of you on Zoom can submit it by clicking on the link which is posted in the chat. And those of you in the sanctuary may write a joy or concern or sorrow in the book of life behind the piano in a moment when we greet our neighbors, if you haven't done so already. We will be gathering the pavilion beyond the sliding doors to my right for refreshments and conversation after the service. Everyone online is invited to join our virtual coffee hour in Zoom after the service for fellowship and conversation. And now, in the spirit of fellowship and building community, let us take a few minutes to greet our neighbors. Usually they go about 3 minutes or so. And it's like Todd's writing something. Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, well, thanks.
You are too, and I mean, we appreciate you showing up every Sunday.
Oh, I appreciate it. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Our story for all ages today comes from my own library. I love this book because it wonderfully affirms the fundamental goodness of human nature. It's a gift I give to all my nieces and nephews, and now great nieces and nephews. It reminds me, especially after a heavy payload of sadness or hurtfulness, the power of compassion and empathy for ourselves and others. I hope you like it as much as I do.
I Am Human, a book of empathy by Susan Verde, art by Peter H. Reynolds. I was born, a miracle, one of billions but unique. I am human. I am always learning. I'm finding my way and choosing my path on this incredible journey. I have big dreams. I see possibility. I have endless curiosity. I make discoveries. I have a feeling of wonder. I am amazed by nature. I have a playful side. I find joy in friendships. I am human. But being human means I am not perfect. I make mistakes. I can hurt others with my words, my actions, and even my silence. I can be hurt too. I can be fearful of things I don't yet understand, and timid to try something new. I have a heavy heart when I feel sadness. I am human. But then I remind myself that because I am human, I can make choices. I can move forward. A poor choice can become a better choice with thoughtfulness. A bad day can become a great day with kindness. I can act with compassion and lend a helping hand. I can treat others with equality and be fair. I can choose not to fight, but instead to listen and find common ground. I can say, I'm sorry, and ask for forgiveness. I am human, one of billions, but unique. I am not alone, I am connected to my friends, to my family, to the world. We are all humans together. And I will keep trying to be the best version of me. I am full of hope. I am human. Thanks for watching. If you like this book, please subscribe for more kids' books read aloud.
I love that. I love that book. So I welcome you to join me in our Unitarian Universalist affirmation. And if you are feeling it, express it with the hand gestures. We are Unitarian Universalists, a people of open minds, loving hearts, and welcoming hands.
This is always fun. We'll figure this out one of these days. Okay. All right. As part of our commitment to serve our community, we share half our offering with local organizations whose work furthers our mission. You may contribute at donate.emersonuuc.org or scan the QR code that's on the order of service and select Sunday offering shared with charity. For July, our organization with which we are sharing the plate is Haven Hills. Since 1977, Haven Hills has lifted up survivors of domestic violence to transform their lives. It offers shelter, crisis intervention, counseling, advocacy, and activities supporting increased economic opportunity for over 2,500 women and men each year. In doing so, they help survivors of domestic violence find the strength within themselves to break the cycle of abuse and build a new, productive, and joyful life for themselves and their children. More information about Haven Hills can be found on their website, havenhills.org. These offering words are by Victoria Weinstein. The purpose of the church is to encourage all who gather here to grow more generous in spirit and in action. This is the great end of all the world's faith traditions, to bring the human being closer to the divine by acts of creation and compassion. We now take an offering that allows us to exercise that all-important generosity of spirit, an offering that will support this self-supporting church and its many mysteries. The gifts of the congregation will be most gratefully received.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live.
We are really excited to invite our music director, Kevin Mathie, to share All You Need Is Love by the Beatles. We all know it. And so we invite you to join us as backup singers for the chorus, the All You Need Is Love part, and belt it out. So, Kevin.
Love, 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 love. There's nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. Nothing you can make that can't be made. Nothing you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you in time. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love, love. Love is all you need. Love, 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 love. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love, love. Love is all you need. There's nothing you can know that can't be known. Nothing you can see that can't be shown. Nowhere you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love, love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love, love. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. Love is all you need.
My favorite music education advocacy video is how playing an instrument benefits your brain. How playing an instrument benefits your brain. This is a TED Ed video on YouTube. In less than 5 minutes, with excellent animation and authoritative scientific facts, it demonstrates that playing a musical instrument is both the most cognitively complex and beneficial learning activity. The video describes it as a party going on in the brain because of the areas of the brain in both hemispheres that are simultaneously activated when playing an instrument. I teach 8 instruments: flute, clarinet, violin, cello, trumpet, trombone, alto saxophone, and percussion to children in grades 3, 4, and 5 at 5 schools, 1 each day. The students are there to either learn an instrument for the first time, to advance their skills in their second or third year on that instrument, or to learn a new instrument after switching from their first instrument. They come to me from their regular class, so the vast majority who enjoy playing the instrument look forward to it very much. As the teacher, I must cultivate a fun and productive learning environment for them to maintain that enthusiasm, and in my 17 years of teaching elementary music, I have mostly succeeded at that every day. To efficiently channel the energy from the party going on in their brains into a good music lesson that produces enough progress to hopefully inspire them to practice at home, the students' act of faith is staying engaged and always doing their best, regardless of their ability, so they feel positive about the effort to learn. And they have faith in me to be there as their supportive mentor, praising when they improve and giving the right guidance when there is difficulty to maintain that motivation. My daily act of faith is believing the students will learn a cognitively complex skill to whatever level is appropriate for them, which will help them in every subject as they are just simply having fun, expressing themselves with their instrument, playing tunes, and enjoying the camaraderie of the music group experience. Oh, thank you. That was awesome. Thank you.
Let's just take a few minutes for a light meditation to center our minds and our bodies on our resilience, our courage, and our open hearts. I invite all here to get as comfortable as you're able. Close your eyes or leave them open, whatever you choose. If it feels okay, I invite you to notice the sensation of your body in the chair. Take a gentle breath as you focus your attention there. If it feels okay, I invite you to envision the community of beings that share this planet as our home. Take a gentle breath as you see yourself as a member of this community. And then with this in mind, offer yourself and others this aspiration. May I and all beings experience peace, happiness, compassion, and love. May I and all beings experience peace, happiness, compassion, and love. May I and all beings experience peace, happiness, compassion, and love. And then, for suffering you may be experiencing, offer yourself this aspiration. May I and others find relief in the wishes of peace, happiness, compassion, and love offered by this beloved community. May I and others find relief in the wishes of peace, happiness, compassion, and love offered by this community. May I and others find relief in the wishes of peace, happiness, compassion, and love offered by this beloved community. You take a slight grounding breath, feeling your body in your chair. And when you're ready, I invite you to come back to our shared space, to notice again who is here with you, all of us a part of beloved community with love at the center. We're so glad you're here.
Each Sunday we gather here to share in the expression of joys, sorrows, and concerns in our lives in various ways. In our virtual book of life today, Nicole writes, "Joy that Jim has the medicine Paxlovid to help his COVID remain stable, but still concerned that his symptoms go up and down daily." And an anonymous joy entry in our written book of life. "It is a joy to know Ruth Armentrout has rejoined us on Zoom. Much appreciation also to her daughter Mary for help troubleshooting the new Zoom room." When we gather here on a Sunday morning, each of us brings the sorrows and joys in our hearts, in our homes, our communities, and our world. If there is a person you are holding in your heart, please say his or her name aloud so we may send loving kindness and positive energy their way. We open our worship to all that life brings. And we set aside this time to bring these pieces of our lives into this space. In a moment, I will ring the bowl, and you will be invited to speak into this space the name of a person or place or memory or milestone you may be holding within you this morning. We lift up these words from our hearts. Liza Williams. And let us hold gently in our hearts those thoughts that are too fragile or personal to be spoken aloud as we join together in silence. So may it be among us. Our sung meditation is number 396 in the gray hymnal, "I Know This Rose Will Open." We will sing it through twice, because it's pretty short. And then I'd like to do as a round. I will start both groups for the round. This will be group one. I will start you, and then I will start you at this half of the room at the appropriate time. Let's see, let me find it here. Here it is. Yeah, all right. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open.
I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this soul will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open.
Wow, that's 5 classes of kids. I was definitely thankful for the break in the heavy rain as we pulled into the parking lot from busy Ventura Boulevard. Dave and I have learned to be cautious navigating this harried strip mall as we make our daily stop to pick up our mail. On this day, I did not expect to almost hit a cyclist. He whizzed by on the driver's side out of nowhere just as Dave started to turn into the parking space, forcing Dave to brake suddenly. The cyclist sped by, completely unaware of close he came to being hit. Once my heart started, I charged out of the car. Fuming, I headed to the mailbox place, only to find the cyclist perched near the entrance, leaning on his road bike and smoking a cigarette like he had all the business in the world, like a fixture of the place, like Norm from Cheers. "Excuse me," I said dismissively, gesturing impatiently toward the door. "Who's stopping you?" he quipped, taking a drag off his cigarette, clearly uninterested in my right to enter said business. Oh no, he did not. "You know, sir," I retorted snarkily, "I am a cyclist, and lane splitting is dangerous for everyone." He inhaled a deep drag, eyeing me suspiciously, and then we were off in what I can only describe as an escalating battle of egos, right there in front of this business. I launched into a scolding school marm lecture of the you should know better variety, backing up my credibility with tales of my transportation justice advocacy. I threw it all at him, ticking off my tenure as co-founder of the West Hollywood chapter of the Los Angeles County Bicycle Coalition, participation in the legendary Think Bike LA conference, where Dutch urban planners demonstrated expanded infrastructure to mitigate safety concerns like lane splitting. In my mind, I saw myself mic drop and swagger off stage, leaving him in stunned awe and repentance. Nope. He actually stepped closer to me, threw down his cigarette, and spewed a puffy chest diatribe of the Ironman triathlon and cycling races he's dominated. In fact, he invented the term lane splitting, and he can lane split all he damn wants. He can smoke Lance Armstrong climbing the Pyrenees, and I can take the Dutch and shove it. Well, for a moment, I considered pointing out that he littered with his cigarette butt, and not to mention it's burning, by the way. But maybe like me, you have a better judgment inner voice that sounds like someone you admire. My better judgment inner voice is none other than Coach Kathy Gomez, a sharp, kind, and unshakenly confident self-defense trainer from whom I once took classes. In my mind, Coach Gomez blew her pink whistle and shouted, "Whoa, Ladybug, slow your damn roll." It was then I caught a glimpse of Dave exiting the car. What the hell was I doing? My answer, according to Coach Gomez, you came at a stranger all high and mighty. Rather than take a breath and let it go as a lapse in his judgment, you have those too, right? Like maybe this whole thing? And you didn't consult Dave prior to charging hellbent, and you put him in a situation that could end badly, much less on social media with y'all going mano a mano with this dude. Be grateful this isn't a lesson in tragedy. Chastened, I cautiously maneuvered into the store, chancing a nervous peek out the glass storefront. Had he ridden off? Nope. He was rooted in his head-to-toe logoed cycling spandex, devouring another cigarette. Was he waiting for me? Was he really, actually, totally blocking the door? My hubris deflated. The apologies began forming on my tongue. But before I made it to the door, the cyclist had entered and was now standing right in front of me. I just want to apologize, ma'am, the cyclist offered warily. What? I felt my whole body exhale, as if shutting down from the escape plan that it was booting up. I do know better than to ride like that, he continued. Okay, I know I sputtered that you weren't blocking the door, I admitted cautiously, reading his vibe for a green light. I was just scared. We almost hit you. Sorry I sounded like such a bit, shrew. I smiled, and a corner of his mouth lifted as if to seek permission from me to agree. I really don't act like this either, he confessed, miming the alpha male fist flexing gesture. I nodded assumingly. We exchanged a few more apologies, laughed it off, and wished each other a good day. In processing this incident and promising to Dave never to do that again, I consulted the Dharma teachings of Buddhist nun Pema Chodron. Pema's teachings illuminate for me the Buddhist instruction on the virtue of inherent goodness in every living being and the importance of this remembrance in every day for the benefit of all. From the Buddhist perspective, what we view as the opposite of inherent goodness, hubris, hatred, greed, these are just temporary confusions. Buddha taught that for as long as we lose sight of our inherent goodness, we're simply unaware of the innate virtuous nature within ourselves. The good news is we can reconnect at any time. Yay, we're not fundamentally corrupt. In fact, we're the opposite. And for me, this important teaching translates as an act of faith in ourselves and each other. And like any good journey of faith, to gain sight of what we seek requires a courageous deep dive. As Pema writes, only when we know our own darkness well can we be present with the darkness of others. Compassion becomes real when we recognize our shared humanity. So in the adversarial space the cyclist and I wedged between us, the act of apology became an act of faith in our shared humanity. And it returned us to our birthright of inherent goodness. Our temporary blinders were lifted. An act of faith, then, while not always simple or easy, is so powerful in energy that it can transmute hostility into mutual understanding and restoration. As you use, I see this as a centering practice for the pursuit of interdependence, among other of our cherished values. Our challenge as individuals envisioning a just world is to get very acquainted with our own dark places as well as the shiny ones. This type of emotional resilience is the strength we can draw from to hold space for ourselves and each other. Rather than unsighted positivity, it is the keen observation of faith that somewhere, perhaps obscured temporarily by suffering, trauma, ego, competitiveness, we all have the innate ability to locate our Coach Gomez, our inner better judgment. We have the ability to lift our temporary blinders to see that we are so much more than our very human reactions, judgments, hurtfulness. Actually, by pure nature, we are better equipped with the human ingenuity to self-reflect, grow, restore, and heal. We're way, way more capable of summoning the compassion and patience needed to reset to our inherent goodness and start over from there, as many times as it takes, as Pema teaches. In this way, with each resetting of faith in our own inherent goodness, we become aware. We surface empowered by the choice to give and receive love, kindness, and respect, rather than suffer our reactions and power struggles. Even if it is revealed that to abide in inherent goodness means we need to endorse another act of faith, the setting of kind, firm boundaries, or making a change to our circumstance. To embody the intention to practice acts of faith in our shared inherent goodness is an anchor for other acts of faith that radiate out in the everyday. And as Pema suggests, this daily practice is the preparation, the training for the times when we are called to show up for large-scale power struggles, large-scale darkness, local and global interventions requiring large weight acts of faith, large weight boundaries, and accountability. Those times when we need to call up our better judgment, our inner Coach Gomez, to suit up with our fully recognized faith in inherent goodness and ourselves in others intact and on the ready. To show up with our humble courage. To show up with our pink whistles. To show up with our kind, unshakingly sharp, confident voices. To channel Coach Gomez when she says, "Ladybug, you are a powerhouse of radiant, beautiful energy. Own it." Thank you. Oh, thank you. I invite you to rise in body or in spirit for our closing hymn, "My Life Flows On," in endless song, number 108 in the gray hymnal.
My life flows on in endless song above earth's lamentations. I hear the real, though far off hymn that hails a new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear the music ringing. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? What though the tempest round me roars, I know the truth it liveth. What though the darkness round me close, songs in the night it giveth. No storm can shake my inmost calm, while to that rock I'm clinging. Since love prevails in heaven and earth, how can I keep from singing? When tyrants tremble as they hear the bells of freedom ringing,
When friends rejoice both far and near, how can I keep from singing? To prison cell and dungeon vile, our thoughts to them are winging. When friends by shame are undefiled, how can I keep from singing?
Before we part today, I just want to say a big thank you to all the folks that shared, all y'all, and also all the folks that shared their time and talents today. Kevin Mathie, our music director, and David Early, wonderful mentor for my second time up here. Conrad, our tech whiz, and the wonderful ushers and greeting team in the lobby. Thank you all. Thank everybody for making this a really beautiful experience. We end our gathering with a renewed acceptance of our beautifully human selves. And we extinguish this flame inspired by the words of Pema Chodron. Our own awakening is intertwined with the awakening of enlightened society. May our lives become a training ground for awakening our natural intelligence, openness, and warmth. Blessed be. Have a good Sunday. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was really fun.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Todd.
And very good meditation, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it.